Hello, everybody. Happy Friday. It's Dave Neal, stand-up comic, host of Bachelor Nation News, and this video is about Colton's father and what he had to say about Colton Underwood's documentary coming out, Colton, which is now airing on Netflix. Now, we just shared with you the video of everything Colton Underwood said about his Cassie Randolph situation, his ex, that he says he can't really talk much about because of agreements that they signed not to talk about it, but of course, he has a Netflix documentary talking about it. So we'll get into all of that and what Colton's dad has said. Colton's dad says he wishes Colton came out in private, and he also goes, "Yeah, sure, he did it for money." So I don't think his dad, you know, parents, right? Parents, they just don't understand. But I don't think his dad understood what he was saying is going to make Colton look really bad. He's like, yeah, he's a performer. He did it for money, of course. What entertainer doesn't leverage? And it's like, whoa. And Colton's like, easy, Dad. Because it's true what his dad was saying. Everything you do as a performer, you leverage your personal life for money. The problem is the Cassie Randolph discussion happened on episode 6. Essentially, I think, so that they could, give people 5 other episodes to watch first. They don't put that juice up front. That's like the big story. That's the big deal. That's what was on TMZ, the stalking and harassing of the ex. Not anything else. Not the fact that he's coming out. Everyone's like, hey, good, come out of the closet. Fine. Let's discuss the harassment. Let's talk about that so we can maybe try to prevent that from ever happening again. All right, so let's get right into it. Again, if you haven't watched, check out the first video there. And also, my Vlogmas is up, episode 3, A Rudolph is Born. That's right. We went to Animal Kingdom. Boone couldn't make it, so we put him in a nice reindeer costume. You can watch Vlogmas, which are Christmas-themed vlogs, every day of December. And also, the toy drive is up to 89%. We started this 1 week ago with a lofty goal to raise $10,000, and we're at $8,900, $8,906.03. So you can go donate there. And I've also got merchandise. Our graphic designer L-Dog made this adorable merchandise. Happy holiday. You can get that in sweatshirts, t-shirts, all the different looks on my merch site, which is actually below. There's a proper merch link that you can go to on the YouTube channel. All right, let's get into this. Colton Underwood's dad said, I would have preferred if he didn't come out to me on docuseries. Parents, they don't necessarily sign up for these things, but here we are. In it for the wrong reasons. Ahead of the premiere of Coming Out Colton Underwood's dad, Scott Underwood, and producer Jeff Jenkins responded to backlash about the former Bachelor's intentions for making the docuseries. After I read a portion of this article, I'm going to share how Cassie refused to be in it and what people are saying about the producers trying to get Cassie to be a part of this. Which is so funny because all people said when Cassie dropped the restraining order was like, oh, she's in it for fame, this, that, and the other. And clearly that's not the case. She's proven that she wants nothing to do with this. I'm not saying I'm upset about it, but I would have preferred it had been done differently, Scott told the New York Times in a Monday, November 29th profile, referring to his 29-year-old son coming out to him on a fishing trip while cameras were rolling. Scott added that his son is an entertainer, telling the outlet, let's face it, that's what he's chosen to do for his career. I didn't know that. I thought, is he an entertainer? Is that what is that what you get called? I would peg him more as a high jumper than an entertainer. But I guess, hey, I'll tell you what, the dad's got a point. This was entertaining AF, so the dad's got a point. Calls him an entertainer, and then he, with production beginning in late 2020, Netflix cameras followed Colton as he opened up about his sexuality to his parents, brothers, friends, church community, and eventually Robin Roberts on Good Morning America. So he started the documentary before he was out in public, came out to his parents in a bunch of, discussions he had, and then he did the big GMA interview. Am I going to say it's for fame? Scott said no. Did he come out on TV for money? Sure. But who in reality entertainment doesn't leverage their life and put it all out there for money? All right. I mean, look, he isn't wrong, but it's the type of thing you probably don't want to put out there. Because unless he's donating a large lump sum of money to a charity that deals with victims of domestic violence and issues like that, I mean, it's like, there's a lot of problems he caused last year that, and maybe he paid it through his settlement with Cassie Randolph. We don't know for sure, but it's like, yikes, Dad. Can you, if I was Colton, first of all, I'd be like, why? But I'd be like, Dad, can you not, what are you doing? Doing this for money? Reality TV fans met Colton on Becca Kufrin's season 14 of The Bachelorette in 2018. After stint on BIP, Yeah You Know Me, season 5, he was named the season 23 Bachelor and dated winner chicken dinner Cassie Randolph for nearly 2 years. Jenkins confirmed to the New York Times that the series was initially pitched as a show for Colton and Randolph before their split. Okay. So people have wondered about this Colton and Cassie reality show that was being made. So what happened was Cassie, and again, I can only assume through this, but when we make assumptions, Cassie was part of this Colton and Cassie reality series that they were going to be making. And then Colton breaks up with her, or she breaks up with him, I should say. And then he uses the producer and connection to parlay that into his coming out story. We saw the positive of him sharing his story. The I Am Kate executive producer said he already has fame and not to speak out of turn, but this documentary is not going to make him rich. Well, listen, that's disingenuous. The documentary is going to give him a huge platform, which is going to for sure make him rich. So I reject that. Just because he might not be getting paid, you don't get paid much to be the president of the United States, yet you make a ton of money afterwards, both parties, right? So, it's like, of course he's going to make money off of this because he's going to be rehabbing an image, shot and edited through his eyes in a way that, I don't know, makes him look better, makes him look like this was a blip in the radar. He's actually a good guy, whatever. In the months following the breakup, Cassie Randolph accused Colton of harassing following a restraining order. September 2020, in the document, she accused him of placing a tracking device under her car and stalking her. It's more sad than anything else that I was ever even in a position to say the things I said to her or do the things I did, Colton told the newspaper. So clearly he's addressing the surface aspect of it all. Like, I hurt her a lot, but he's not saying exactly what he did. He's not talking about the desperation. And this is where I thought all along the conversation would best fit, is if he talks about why he was in her alley at 3 a.m., why he decided to pull the trigger on buying a tracking device off of Amazon or wherever the hell he got it. Talk about those moments of desperation. Really paint that picture, because other people have lived in a purity culture where they couldn't come out of the closet, or it felt like they couldn't. Other people have lived where they've been obsessive over needing to control their relationship. This isn't healthy stuff. Talking about it and helping recover from it is healthy, but it seems like that's just going to be glazed over because, we agreed legally that we wouldn't talk about it again, but he's okay using her name and, basically paraphrasing the bad things he did. All right. So anyway, in another clip, Scott, Colton's dad, said, Cassie filed a restraining order against you. You went off the rails. Randolph, who has since moved on with boyfriend Brighton, has yet to publicly comment on the show. She thanked fans for her support after Colton's Good Morning America interview in April. So obviously she wants nothing to do with it. That's fine. And then proof in the pudding. This article came out yesterday. Cassie Randolph was asked to participate in Colton Underwood's new Netflix series, Coming Out Colton, but she declined to appear in the show. The production team behind Colton's new Netflix show asked his ex-girlfriend Cassie to appear on the series, but she declined to participate. Variety has learned exclusively. Cassie Randolph was offered compensation to appear on the show, according to two different sources. She was approached by the production company the day after Underwood sat down on GMA, an insider said, for his bombshell interview when he came out as gay. Okay, well, let's do the math here. She was contacted to be a part of the show after he came out of the closet. Now, as far as the Netflix documentary is concerned, the Good Morning America part happens between episodes 5 and 6. So they had already filmed the whole coming out, and then they see, as you watch on the documentary, if you watch it, how surprised he was at all the negative backlash he was getting, and it makes you go, did they reach out to her because they wanted her to be a part of this project all along? Probably not, because they reached out to her at the end of it. Or did they reach out to her to continue to improve the crisis PR that was clearly being done to rehab his image? Not looking good here, folks. The idea that for Randolph's scenes would have been to have her sit down with Underwood for him to candidly discuss his sexuality and the mistakes he made in the ending of their relationship. It seems like that would have been cathartic for him and good for his story. But again, does he have any concerns as to how that feels for her? Gross. Why can't he leave her alone? I did notice she's at that party in San Diego. So I hope she's having a lovely time. This is disgusting. Well, with all the information that Netflix had in terms of Colton's tracking, stalking, and harassing, I'm amazed they had the audacity to ask for her to appear on his show. Absolutely gross. I can't believe he even got a show. F Netflix for even making this doc. Honestly, they could have spent those resources on any other LGBTQIA plus person. The mistakes he made in the ending of their relationship. Call it what it is. Listen, it's just another sad case of an entitled white man taking a stroll while holding a tracking device, tripping and losing it somewhere under his ex-girlfriend's car. A mistake, a misunderstanding. Seriously, the audacity of everyone involved in the stupid AF documentary. Hey, Cassie, want to come sit in a room with your abuser and have him justify his abuse to you for money? According to Colton, he isn't an abuser because he didn't physically abuse her or touch her in any way. Excuse me. As though that's the only kind of abuse. What a sick POS he is. So clearly the Reddit community not accepting the framing of this whole story. Again, we can walk and chew gum at the same time. While we're happy that Colton can live his authentic life and move forward, we know that it's going to come with a stain that is the issues, which are rare. Let's be honest. I have to, excuse me, I'm dying of thirst here. It's important to be redundant here and say coming out of the closet doesn't give you the right, like struggling with your sexuality, that doesn't give you the right to do the controlling and abusive things he did to his ex. There is no doubt that an abuser, unless they're able to get therapy and learn from their abuse and what triggers their abuse, will continue to abuse, will continue to control, deceit. And in one way or another, we can be happy that he's got this documentary, that he's speaking his truth, but also we have to understand this is just a new way for him to learn how to control a narrative, to control his image, which obviously if you watch the documentary, you see him mesmerized after the GMA interview at the Twitter feed. He's mesmerized about what people think about him. So in his attempt to sort of rehab his image, I'm sure he did it somewhat. I think he could have gone farther. Maybe that'll come in the future. Maybe like I'm kicking the can down the road constantly here, but maybe that'll happen where eventually he speaks into greater detail about the sort of sickness that led him to do what he did. In the meantime, this is it. The documentary is over, and there's nothing else to say about Colton. Unless any breaking news comes out, that'll be it from me. Bye, everybody.